I've been doing this parade for a while, as folks know, okay, now. My next project, I'm going to start a YouTube channel that is going to focus on subsidies to the meat industry. You're on board with this, right? You know that that's where it all starts. You know that we kind of missed the boat back in the 1930s when some of these agriculture subsidies came in and then they never left. So anyway, I got my work cut out for me. There's a lot of education to be done along these lines. I think we have to start thinking about economics, government policy. This is where it starts. You know, there's something called the House Agriculture Committee. It's real dry stuff. I see you're really excited about it. It all starts with those guys. I just want to tell you, and if we could just change them, change everything. You know, they rubber stamp these policies year after year after year. Did you know that? It's part of the United States Department of Agriculture budget. It's big money, billions every single year into one industry in America. Corn growers, feed growers, mostly corn, but other kind of grains also. So nobody thinks of that. Well, how could that be bad? You know, we need corn in our silos in case of famine, right? Well, let's look into that a little bit closer. What is corn used for? It's not corn on the cob that we have a little bit in the summertime and enjoy. It's not that sweet corn. It's feed. And feed becomes animals. But also, another thing that corn does, it becomes high fructose corn syrup, and it becomes ethanol. And it's heavily subsidized by you, the taxpayer. Do you pay taxes? If you don't, I want to talk to you later. Because I want to know how you're doing it. I want to talk a little bit about that. I really think that we need to, I want to also mention that there's a movie called King Corn. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. It's a documentary by a couple of guys who actually grow an acre of corn. And they do everything. They do it exactly like the big guys who have, you know, thousands and thousands of acres. And they have to put the fertilizer on it. Corn is extremely bad for the environment. It's extremely bad for animal health. It makes them sick. It's not a natural kind of food for the animals. And, well, it's bad for the environment and health. It's bad for human health. High fructose corn syrup, everybody knows about that, right? Right? Everybody knows about high fructose corn syrup? It's subsidized. And the reason why there is no opposition and nobody even knows about it is because there's no arguments. The Republicans and the Democrats, there's no disagreement. They rubber stamp this money. And it comes to, my latest, I looked into it most recently, the statistics, it's about $3.3 billion a year that goes to quote unquote farmers. I mean, these are people who are involved in monoculture, a monoculture called corn. Do you know that some of those quote unquote farmers live right here in New York City? They get checks straight away from the government because they own farmland where corn is grown. So we have to get savvy about these economic issues. We have to start understanding, learning about economics, I believe. And we also have to start getting involved. And I can say this because I have been a vegan activist for 28 years now. So nobody can fault me there. But I can tell you this, that I learned so many marketable, valuable skills as a more or less a volunteer, started a business, database, computers, reporting to the government, bookkeeping, oh God, event coordinating. I mean, the list goes on and on. Publishing, grammar. I had to learn everything so I could be a great vegan activist. Guess what? I took those skills right to the marketplace. I took them right to the marketplace. I would have no skills. I would have had nothing to offer. So I just want to point that out as a bit of an incentive for you to do this. So let me see my notes here. I think I got everything pretty much. So, you know, when certain people are exempt from paying their tax bill, you have to pick up the slack. So there's lots and lots of incentive for we vegans to get involved. By the way, these guys that did this documentary called King Corn, they are not vegans, and not by any stretch. But they revealed in their little documentary, they hit right on one of the most important vegan issues. And I'm not sure vegans even know about it. And a lot of the research that I use for my writing and publishing does not come from vegans. We got to step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Who's there for this? That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. God bless you. So it's a bit of a, you know, the economics is considered the dismal science. You ever heard the dismal science? And who wants to even talk about government policy? I mean, how dirty can you get? I mean, two of the most unsavory subjects you could ever imagine. But thank you so much for everybody for listening. God bless you for being out here. You bring so much joy to me. I'm probably the happiest person on the earth right now. God bless you. God bless you.